Hello and welcome to this week's tennis volley talk with Brian Danielson. Hey, this week what I'm going to be talking about is the upcoming Australian Open, which is being played, and most of the top players have made it true to form and have been made it through the rounds. But also, I want to do a congratulations to the U.S. A tennis team of Taylor Fritz and Coco Gauff, who actually won the United Cup over Poland, and with Coco Gauff winning 6-4 over 6-4 over Iga Swiatek, and then Taylor Fritz beat Herbert Hurkacz, and he won 6-4, 5-7, 7-6, 6-4 in the tiebreaker. It was kind of like a team competition, and Coco Gauff and Taylor Fritz are the ones that actually really played really well. And then with Coco Gauff beating Iga Swiatek, she beat her for the second time now. And but Iga had a little bit of a thigh injury or something, so she took a break. But at the end of the first set, Coco came back and still beat her 6-4 in the second set. And Taylor Fritz has been really playing good too. With that, he's been really hitting the serve good, a lot more consistent on the serve, and it's a very good hard serve that he hits. And then also congratulations to Madison Keys, who won over fellow American Jessica Pegula 6-3, 4-6, 6-1 in Adelaide to take home the trophy there in Adelaide, Australia. And then, of course, like I said, the Australian Open being played at this time. And, it's been really actually fairly decent there. Humid, but also around 70 to about 80. Nothing like it could be sometimes during the summer, which can be over 100 degrees and at least 115, 120 on the court itself. So they've been pretty fortunate so far to have 70, 80 degree weather. Nothing really crazy and hot like it usually is right now. Yeah, during the summertime there in Melbourne Park is where they're playing. Also, I just wanted to kind of cover what I've been doing myself, trying to get back into hitting the swing of things because it's wintertime here and I'm playing inside. And I found I have a young guy that I met about 2 months ago or so, that I've been playing with lately, Noah Johnson, which he happens to be an in-house guest on this coming Wednesday. So we'll see how that goes with him. But me and him have been doing a lot of drills lately too, and hitting from the baseline and stuff. And then just this last few days ago, I played. And then what we did is had the little container balls, the ball hopper, and then we had those. And then what I did, we went on the deuce side of the court, that half the court, cross court. And so what I ended up doing is feeding him about 20, 30 balls or so and played him out. A few of the balls we played out, but I fed him there and he could hit either forehand or backhand, whichever way it came. And then kind of get into the groove of just keeping it in the singles area and keeping it in and cross court on that same side. And then we went over to the ad side, and then I fed him to the ad side, and then most of those kind of went to the backhand side. But some forehand side, but kind of learns to kind of adjust yourself on that side, and when you're doing ground strokes to hit cross court and keep it in on the singles in that realm. And then what I ended up doing is then taking the ball and hit about 20, 30 balls or so on the deuce side up at the net, me at the net, and I would hit him, and he would have to hit it back through me at the net. So then we had a few little volleys back and forth, and he was trying to pass me at the net cross court. And then we went to the ad side, and I did the same thing on the ad side, which was really good for him and working him out too. And then what we did is reversed, and then he did it with me, and then we did that for that round of everything. And he's a young, tall guy, kind of a tall guy, and he's fast. He gets around the court really fast, and very good hitter, very consistent, and just like anybody else, and like me, consistent in certain areas, pretty good most of the time. And you just hit those other shots that you say, how can I hit something like that? Crazy. But anyway, it was very good hitting with him too. And I look forward to having him in-house for an in-house interview on Wednesday. And that'll be really good too, to be able to do that. And then also today, I ended up hitting against the ball machine for quite a bit, for about an hour and a half or so, hour and 10, 15 minutes. And the ball machine won. I couldn't beat it. So anyway, but with that too, I did meet another guy that I've met at a local restaurant, and he actually he came up to me and he says, "I didn't know you played tennis," and he told me that where I had met him before, and oh, okay, and he goes, and I said, "Yeah, I've been playing for a long time," and then I said, "Well, do you want to hit?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure," for 15 minutes or so. He had a court that he was going to go to and hit on, so me and him hit for about 15 minutes, and he's a really good, consistent, good hitter too. But I was holding my own against him too. And that felt really good to be able to be pounding the ball and hitting my forehand and hearing the solid pop on a forehand that I had against him. So it felt really good to be able to get out and hit that kind of a shot against somebody younger than me. So he was the young buck, and I didn't mind it, and it was fun hitting with him. And I got his number, so we'll probably get together and then also hit the ball later on and see what happens and everything. But yeah, with that, I just want you YouTubers to like, subscribe, and comment, and then you podcasters like, subscribe, and comment, and you're going to be hearing about the racket of the day here coming up, and with that too. So now with this, I want then to show you what this is it's a racket called Rossignol racket, and it is a Strato racket, tournament Strato racket. Now this racket, it's a white racket, and it was made in the USA, and it was one of the two factories that they had in Maine and Vermont back in the day, and they came into the US in around 1977 or so. But with that, Rossignol is in this racket here. I like the white color, the white with the black lettering on it, and then the rooster on it. With this, and then the nice design of the racket itself. And with this racket, a very sturdy racket if it was strung. And these strings are probably factory strings that came with the racket anyway. But this racket's anywhere from probably 60s, 70s is when it came in, and with that racket, and with the racket here. Now Rossignol was founded really in 1907 in Isère, France, mainly making skis, ski boots, and apparel, and snowboards too for people. But that was where Rossignol had their main plant. But in 1977, Rossignol introduced the first line of tennis rackets, but it was unsuccessful due to the poor, because of the poor timing they had, because of the Prince racket being made and coming out in around about that time. Came out and it was introduced about 1980. So they had a few years that they made the rackets, the wood rackets, until the Prince racket came out, which was the aluminum racket. Now I like the white color of the racket too, and it really is a sturdy racket, very nice, a good, firm, heavy, big handle on it, and I like that. And then it has the R on it for Rossignol, and it's a very fancy, nice racket. And these were one of the fancier rackets in the upper echelon. This racket here was actually in it was their flagship racket, and it was in it was actually it was sold against the Jack Kramer racket. So kind of the upper echelon of rackets back in the day. So, you know, you YouTubers, like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what you think about this, or the racket of the day, racket of the week, whatever you want to put on it. And with you podcasters, you're going to hear, if you want to take a look at the racket, you can certainly do that. Go to my tennis podcast channel on YouTube, Tennis Volley Talk, and you can take a look at the racket. But this racket it could be a light wood, though, laminated wood, probably ash or a harder wood. Back in the day, it's a very straight racket too, no warping on it at all. So very fortunate to have this kind of a racket from Rossignol. And then also with that too, in the 70s, it was it later went to the Garcia company. Then after Rossignol left, and then it became the Garcia, which is also, Garcia had a tennis racket that came out too, with the likes of the pros of Tim Wilkison and Jose Clerc, the players that played with the Rossignol. And then some years later, Mats Wilander revitalized the Rossignol racket when he came out and was playing as a pro back in the day of the late 80s, late 70s, early 80s. In his pro career, he used the Rossignol racket, which is a very good, sturdy, nice racket all the way around for this racket. So, you know, with that, I hope you like that. And you YouTubers, like, subscribe, and comment with the racket of the day or the week. And you podcasters, if you want to take a look at it, you can certainly go to my tennis YouTube channel, Tennis Volley Talk, and take a look at it with that. So hopefully then Wednesday I'll be having an in-house guest, and then we'll see what happens from there. I do like the in-house guests, so let me know one way or the other, or if you want any other kind of content, tell me what you would like for me to cover. I like doing this, and I like doing the racket of the day. It's been always fun, and doing the research and knowing and letting people know a little bit about the manufacturer of the rackets that I show in all the way around. So anyway, who do you think that might win the U.S. Open on the men's side and the women's side? You know, hard pressed to think. Well, the three out there that were probably odds-on favorite is going to be Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, and then Novak Djokovic, and followed by maybe Alexander Zverev, and then Taylor Fritz, rounding it out. And then, of course, on the women, Aryna Sabalenka, there's Rybakina, could be Badosa, but who knows that, Jessica Pegula, or Madison Keys, or even maybe Emma Navarro. So, you know, maybe that, you know, I could one day get a hold of one of those guys for an interview or something. So with that, everybody, please keep it up, keep playing, and have a good week this week for playing, and like, subscribe, and comment, and including you podcasters, like, subscribe, and comment and let me know. So everybody have a good week this week. If you're still playing outside in the warmer southern climates, please keep on playing and keep playing. Keep your timing up and keep playing it outside and enjoy the weather out there when it's warm and you can get outside and play. I just got to wait a little while before I can get out and play again. But I've been playing inside, which is okay too. So everybody have a good week this week, and I appreciate you letting me come in and talk to you and get back to me and let me know on comments and what you like, and I'll do what I can to accommodate. So have a good week this week, and thank you for having me come and talk to you today.